What's going on, y'all? Grind to Motivate back in this thing again, man, with another video. And you thought that's what you gonna see in the new Black Panther, huh? Nope! He's in there, but not like that. And this video right here is gonna be a little minor review of the Black Panther movie. And I'm gonna definitely have a couple, 2-3 spoilers. So, if you don't mind, you're not going to see the movie, go on, keep watching the video. But if not, go watch the movie first and then come back and compare notes, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Let's get to it. So to start it off, they basically made a fictional version of how Chadwick Boseman passed. And if you don't know how Chadwick Boseman passed, rest in peace to him. He had cancer the last few years of his life, but he kept on pushing through, making movies, not complaining. He didn't tell anybody about it. The only person I think who knew about it was maybe some close friends and his wife. They also kept the secret, and out of nowhere, he was gone. And before that, a lot of people were laughing at his picture, saying he looked like a skinny crackhead and whatnot. And I guess that's a lesson to you. Hey, man, you don't know what folks are going through. So before you laugh, I guess find out. Or, just reserve your judgment. But basically in the movie, he had some type of illness. And he didn't tell anybody about it. And at the last minute, Shuri tried to fix him up and save him. But she couldn't because there was no time left. After that, they had the funeral. And, they celebrated his life and passing or whatever, I guess whatever, how they do in the Wakanda thing. After that, there was a United Nations meeting where all the different white man countries pulled down on them, talking about, hey, T'Challa said he was going to share the vibranium, goddamn. Where the vibranium? We want the vibranium too. They want to harness it for weapons of mass destruction and further colonization and whatnot. And they even went so far as to send some French mercenaries to like a Wakandan lab and try to get the little vibranium, but they got whooped up by them bald head ladies. Y'all know how the bald head ladies can't be beat up by nobody, because first off, they're ladies in the movie, and yeah, but yeah, they got whooped up real bad. After that, they said, yeah, we ain't giving y'all no goddamn vibranium. I'm okay with that. And then it was that. After that, Queen Ramonda, which is Angela Bassett, who still looks really good for an old lady, by the way. And I think her acting was pretty good in the movie. She goes up to Shuri like, hey, man, you can't be sitting up here drowning in your sorrows at the lab and all that. So we're going to pull you down to the lake down here and we're going to talk it out. So, they pull down to the lake. They talk it out. And Queen Ramonda is basically like, yeah, you got to burn the clothes because this is our ritual here. This lets us know that you're over the fact that your brother passed and you're going to continue to, get further in life or something like that. And Shuri's like, I can't do it. Every time I think about him, I get mad. I don't know, man. Hey, that's when your boy Namor pulls up. And for anybody who's not familiar with Namor, it's Namor. That's pretty much how everybody pretty much pronounces it in the comics. And in this case, Namor is a Mexican dude. Normally in the comics, he's a white guy, but this time he's a Mexican dude or a Mayan guy who is a native of Mexico. And a lot of folks were mad about the fact that, we're sharing spotlight with the Mexicans and whatnot. Oh, man, why we got to share a spotlight with the Mexicans and whatnot? And I can kind of understand that a little bit, because it's like, bro, this is supposed to be a movie about black queens and kings. I mean, it's mostly about the queens. But yeah, it's supposed to be about us, and we got the Mexicans. But to make you have some understanding, if you're familiar with the comics, Namor is a nemesis of T'Challa and Wakanda in the comics, so it makes a lot more sense. But then Namor starts making stupid demands, and I guess they're to push the plot along because it didn't have anything to do with the people of Wakanda. So basically, they have their own deposit of vibranium down in the sea somewhere in Atlantis or whatever the hell, Talokan. And an American scientist was a person who built the machine that allowed the white folks to find their little deposit of vibranium, and they don't like that. So they pulled up to Wakanda for some reason, was like, hey, goddamn, you better go get the scientist who made this and then send her back here so we can delete her. Or else we'll delete you. And if you tell anybody about us, then we'll delete you too. And I thought that was silly. It's like, bro, Namor, you control the whole sea, bro. You control the whole sea, all the animals. Why are you scared of what these little white men can do down there? They can't do anything to you, bro. You're a mutant, bro. You're a mutant with all these mutated people. What are you talking about? And that didn't make any sense to me. Like, so after that, they go to the little college to meet the person who is the scientist. And if you don't know who the scientist is, it is Riri Williams, who plays Ironheart. And in the comic, she's Ironheart or whatnot. I don't know who plays her, some girl, but she was kind of annoying and cringy to a degree, because I felt like they were kind of putting up some blaxploitation on the way that she acted. It was like she had to be this kind of sort of like ratchet girl with all the little basic I guess tropes that all the black people have or whatnot. Like, yeah, they thought I couldn't do it, but I did it because I'm black. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and a lot of folks do be thinking we can't do that, but I mean, hey man, it's just kind of lame and cringy when they pull all that kind of stuff out. They had her acting ratchet. She was very annoying in the movie. I'm not gonna lie, she was one of the most annoying parts of the movie, to be honest. But they got her. After that, when they're trying to rescue her, all the police come up and try to arrest them. And at the same time, while the police are trying to arrest them, the Atlanteans or the Talokans folks pull down on them too. Like, hey man, we trying to get Shuri now. We want to goddamn take her out now. Goddamn. I don't know why they wanted to rush deliver that thing. Why they goddamn being a helicopter parent over the job that they sent the Wakandans to do. I guess they might have overheard them saying that they didn't want to send her off to be deleted by them folks. But yeah, they sent her. Basically, there was a fight after that between the Atlantean folks and the bald head lady. The bald head lady got the brakes beat off her. Goddamn, she beat up a couple of them folks, and then she got the brakes beat off her by one dude, a tumor. Riri Williams was, putting up a few numbers in her little Iron Heart costume. That thing was ugly too. She was saying some lame stuff that was making the fact that she was doing cool stuff not cool. Shuri, I think she got handled as well. And once the bald head lady got the brakes beat off her, then after that, the Riri Williams girl got her little flight suit disabled. Shuri was at the mercy of them folks. She was like, don't take her. Take me instead. I want to see your city. I want to see Talokan and everything like that. So after that, they go ahead and they take Shuri. They still take the Riri Williams girl too. They take them down to the city. They beat the brakes off the bald head lady. After that, she has to report back to Wakanda and tell them folks how, I lost your daughter. After that, Queen Ramonda's mad because she's already lost her husband and her son, and now she's potentially lost her daughter. So she goes ahead and cuts the bald head lady off the team. She ain't the general no more. She ain't even a soldier no more. She's basically living in Wakanda as a normal civilian who can fight really well. Then we're going to cut back to the part where they take Shuri to Talokan and whatnot. He's showing her around and everything like that. Riri Williams is sitting up there acting all weird and silly and she just was lame, bro. Like, for you to be somebody so smart, you're acting really dumb throughout this movie, bro. But they're down there feeding them and giving them food and whatnot, and Namor basically takes her on a tour of the city. I thought this was gonna be a little divester type of plot for a little bit, man, but it didn't end up being that, because Namor was kind of, as they say on YouTube nowadays, he was rizzing her up. He was rizzing her up. Yeah, so Shuri seemed a little rizzed up by the Mexican dude and whatnot. Like, she was open for some inter-Wakandan relationships with the Mexicans, but that didn't end up happening. Then after that, Namor starts making up colonizer demands again, man, to push the plot. And I call them colonizer demands because they're pretty irrational demands. He was like, hey, bro, so yeah, we're going to take the little girl that you guys rescued or brought to me. We're going to delete her. We're going to end her. Then after we end her, we're going to go ahead and start taking over the globe. All the surface dwellers, we want to destroy them. And I was like, bro, so why can't you guys just... There was an easy fix to that. They could have took old girl. They could have been like, hey, disable their equipment so they can't do it again. Don't ever build for them again. That's that. And they could have, lived happily ever after. But, he wanted to fight. Because I guess, he's got like a Mexican killmonger type vendetta with the surface world, because the Mayans did get raped and pillaged and enslaved by them white folks out of Spain and whatnot, them conquistador folks. So, I can kind of see that. He was Mexican killmonger and whatnot. He wants to take over the globe and destroy them folks. But, hey, it was kind of a silly thing to push the plot. Angie was like, she thinks they should have just gave the girl up and let them delete her. I was like, Angie, you putting up some CCP numbers right there, bro. I don't agree with that, man. We we could end this in a much better way. I think he's giving up bad options. It's like, bro, you either do this or you do this, or else we destroy you. And it's like, bro, It's like, bro, so first you want us to take an innocent scientist that doesn't know anything about you guys, let you guys delete her. Then after that, you want me and my people to help you go on a conquest for the rest of the surface world. And then potentially you guys could destroy us as well. Because you guys are already putting up colonizer type demands and putting up colonizer type energy where you guys are thinking like, yeah, we'll do you in too if you got them players. So I didn't like that. So Shuri says no. Fast forward a little bit. Queen Ramonda comes up to Haiti because that's where Lupita Nyong'o's character's been sitting at the whole time, or stationed at the whole time. And she talks to her, tells her, hey man, you know, you're one of the best infiltrators that we ever had in our whole country and whatnot. And we need you to infiltrate these folks down in Talokan this time. Can you do it? And she's like, well, no, I don't do it. I don't do it anymore. I don't do that. And Queen Ramonda's like, shut your ass up and you're gonna do it, goddamn. So basically, you know, she does it. She pulls down to some random spot in Mexico and acts like the Mexican villagers that, you know, that were left real poor over there. Hey, what's the deal with these folks? How can I get here? And first they don't want to give it to her, but then they give it to her when she starts speaking in the native tongue. So then, you know, she enters into the entry point where all the Talokan folks go. She gets down there. She sees Shuri and the girl. Two of the Atlantean folks pull up on her trying to fight. She shoots them with like some water shotgun from Wakanda. Deletes both of them. And after that, she goes ahead. She takes the girl and she takes Shuri back up to Wakanda and everything. Once Namor gets, you know, he gets wind of that, he's mad because I guess that like, I don't know, he's just mad because that's his people and you just came down there and did that to his people like that. So basically after that, Namor declares war on Wakanda. He pulls up on them. He comes out the water looking real dad bodish and sloppy. I don't really understand why they didn't make this man work out. He was looking very sloppy. He looked like he never swam a day in his life. And anybody who has ever swam before knows that swimming is one of the hardest workouts. This guy should be ripped. He's not ripped. You know, so basically he pulls up on Wakanda and, you know, they literally washed the Wakandans. They washed them. Goddamn, they washed them real good. Beat the brakes off everybody. Destroyed all the little ships. And in the process, they ended the queen. Angela Bassett's role is over. They deleted her. Also, man, I like to note, man, that all the men in Wakanda were bitches. They didn't make nobody strong. None of the black men in this movie were worth their salt. None of them. The M'Baku dude pulled up on the Mexican on Namor, and he was like, I'm going to beat you up or something like that. So he hits him with the stick breaks, and then Namor hits him with a body shot out this world that sends him flying, and then he's looking like Martin or something. I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to fight no more, mama. I don't want to fight no more. He looking silly out there in these streets, man. But yeah, basically, you know, they basically did an onslaught on Wakanda. They were successful. Queen Ramonda, she passed away. After that, Shuri's, you know, once you get into like a bad corner in life or get into a dark corner, you either break and concede to defeat, or you come a little harder. You go harder than you ever did. And I guess Shuri chose the latter. So basically, you know, she went to her mind. She noticed that the old dude gave her a bracelet from when he was trying to riz her up and whatnot down in Talokan, and it had some elements of the heart-shaped herb. And anybody who doesn't know, the heart-shaped herb is what gives the Black Panthers powers. If you're royalty, it will enhance you. If you're not, it'll kill you. Basically, she found the little pieces of that, and then she went to the lab and she made a artificial GMO version of the heart-shaped herb, because Killmonger did burn down all the organic ones before that. So she made that. After that, they did the little ritual where they sat her on the table on the stretcher. They poured the heart-shaped herb juice into her mouth. They told her to cross her hands. And then after that, she went to the ancestral plane. When she went to the ancestral plane, she then saw Killmonger for some reason. I don't know why she didn't see her mom, but hey, she saw Killmonger. I mean, I mean, that was cool that Killmonger was able to be in the movie. I would prefer that Killmonger was the new Black Panther. And, you know, he has like a good guy arc, but he still got that FBA edge to him where it's like, hey, bro, we don't really like white supremacy at the same time. But that's not the way they ran it. They should have ran it that way. But anyway, man, so he, you know, basically, I guess, because she wants vengeance, she finds Killmonger. And he's like, hey, man, you going to take care of business or what? And she's like, but I don't like you. I don't like you. And he's like, you don't like me, but I'm what you need to hear, goddamn. And you gonna take care of business or what? And she's like, what? Yeah, ah. And, you know, so she gets up out of her her sleep or whatnot from the ancestral plane. She's mad because she saw Killmonger, doesn't want to tell anybody she saw Killmonger and all that. And then she didn't think the whole ritual worked, but then when she punched one of the little mannequins, it flew. It went flying. So she was like, oh, it did work. It goddamn did work. I'm the Black Panther now. And you know, Shuri being the Black Panther is a little bit unrealistic to me because, or it just doesn't sell to me. I mean, it's realistic because it's in the comics, but it just doesn't sell to me because Shuri's got to be like 5'6", 121. And it's like, bro, you running around here punching mannequins across the room and slamming folks. And that's just unbelievable to me right there, bro. But basically, Shuri got a new Black Panther suit and everything. They got Ironheart or Riri Williams. They got her a new cool Iron Man type suit. They gave the bald head lady and the Lupita Nyong'o character a new suit. And they all basically went to war at the end with the Atlanteans. And the Atlanteans was washing them again. They washed them again. All the men was worth nothing. They had Kamaru Usman in that thing looking sorry as hell, goddamn. I guess they was like, hey, man, you lost your last fight, so goddamn, we gonna goddamn keep this shit going. You goddamn got your ass beat. So we gonna get your ass beat by the Atlanteans too, goddamn. So he got beat up, and Baku got beat up. All the bald head ladies, was the Dora Milaje people, were the ones that were doing the best numbers in the whole movie. So there's that. But they were getting beat up. While they're doing that, Shuri and Namor have their own little fight over off to the side on another island, on like a desert island or something. And basically, Namor is pretty much, he's handing Shuri her ass. He's whooping her up a little bit. Shuri's Black Panther energy is not really putting up no numbers. It put up some slight numbers. She scratched him up one good time. But then he hits her with a fatal stabbing. He stabs her against a rock. He stabs her. She somehow breaks his vibranium spear with her vibranium. I guess that would make sense. I guess it cancels out in the MCU. But I guess that makes sense. So then, she breaks that off. She takes the spear out. I don't know if there's like nanites in the Black Panther suit that heal you up really good, or the Black Panther heart-shaped herb allows for faster healing or not. But she healed up from a fatal stabbing. Namor's walking away because he needs water after this epic battle because Shuri drained him of water to help win the fight. Shuri flips over this guy. She flips over him. Whatever like that. And then he's like, you cannot stop me or something like that. And she's like, yes, I can. And then she does a little corny cringe, Wakanda forever, with the lame accent and the little Wakanda forever pose and whatnot. It's like, you could have kept that. You could have just did what you did. When she does that though, the ship blows up. She could have just did whatever command she needed to just blow the ship up. That would have been cooler. But hey, man, it's a Disney movie, so I guess they got to, have all the highlighted, the highlighted things about what makes Black Panther cool. So she blows him forward. He falls out from that little explosion because I guess he's on his last leg. She stands over him with the spear to his neck. And she does what all the black characters do, and what quite frankly all the black people who have a little power in real life do. They let people who wrong us go all the time, and it makes me so annoyed, man. All the dudes with money out here in these streets in the U.S. that have money, or throughout the world that have money, they tend to side more with like white supremacy, or them sombrerito folks, the upgraded white supremacy folks. They side with them, and they don't really do anything that they should be doing. They don't like how the NBA should be like on strike right now for what's happening to Kyrie Irving. And I don't know. I mean, Kanye West kind of did it to himself, but a lot more folks should be kind of understanding Kanye West to a degree, but they don't. But or even in the Boys, how that one white dude was basically like George Zimmerman of the black dude's old neighborhood back in Chicago. And he didn't do nothing about it. He was in there terrorizing them folks. They was innocent. He curb stomped somebody. He didn't do nothing about it. Boy, stop. Boy, if I was A-Train, I would have ended old boy as soon as I heard about it. If I was sure, I would have ended this dude too. And if I'm a millionaire, I would be like, hey, bro, we ain't going for that, man. Y'all shut the hell up, man. We ain't going for that. Y'all don't own me. I don't know. It's just, I guess you got to move smart, but at the same time, I don't know, man. Some people just don't deserve mercy like that because they just come back and they do some BS, man. So anyway, Shuri, she goes through with the I'm not going to do anything to you famous thing. And once they come back, Namor is like, yeah, yeah, we got down. We solved the war. We solved it, so stop fighting. And luckily he did that because the Wakandas was getting washed real bad, man. Both the men and the women. Like I said, the Dora Milaje bald head ladies, they was doing the most numbers, but the men was absolutely not worth nothing. It was a bunch of bumbling idiot men. And I guess that's part of the whole MCU thing that they got going on, man. I don't mind it being ladies that's strong characters in the MCU or in movies in general. But when you make all the men basically seem like idiots and incapable guys, I think that is a clear issue. But basically, man, he comes in, he's like, hey, bro, goddamn, yeah, we figured it out, man, so stop fighting. And they was almost about to push them folks over the edge, Atlantic slave trade style, to the water, but they got lucky. So the war ended happily ever after. And once they got done with that, fast forward a little bit, they go up to Namor and what he's talking about with them folks. And, you know, some of his subjects, his loyal subjects, are like, why did you yield to them? Why? They're just black people. Now, they didn't say that, but it seemed like that. It felt like that, man. They was like, man, why did you yield to them? We shouldn't have lost to them. We were winning. We were beating them or something like that. And Namor basically came with like a colonizer backhanded backdoor plan. He was like, hey, bro, yeah, they gonna need us. They gonna need us when they get into them fights. Yeah, they gonna need us. I mean, it wasn't really that backdoor. I mean, do they really need them? They didn't need to know about y'all before that. But yeah, so, you know, basically Namor was like, yeah, goddamn, they gonna need us regardless what they do. So yeah, we still in the game. But that's kind of where I'm going to end it for the summary of the movie, man. As far as how I feel about the movie, I think it was a little bit too much girl power pushed in our face. I do, like I said earlier, like when there are a few strong women characters to sprinkle in, but you got to make it realistic, and you can't be out here making all the men incapable, worthless idiots. And that's what it was. And especially now that it's a black movie, it's more of a black movie that's centered around black people. You made all the black men seem incapable, and you made only the woman or the women seem like women king type women. So I wasn't really with that. I didn't like the cringe that Riri Williams was giving up. I thought her character was lame. I thought Shuri was a good actor, whatever her name is. Oh yeah, Letitia Wright. I thought that Angela Bassett was a good actor. I thought the M'Baku dude was a good actor, although his part was a sucker part. He's basically like all the men. So this is what I'm going to say. All the men in Black Panther are basically like how Hulk is in MCU. He's worthless. That's basically what you get in Black Panther. If you don't like the way Hulk is portrayed in the MCU, you're not going to like the way black men are portrayed in Black Panther, especially if you're black. I mean, if you ain't black, you ain't going to care. But yeah, you're not going to like it. As far as the movie goes, man, I just say it's just something to do, man. It's not terrible, but it's not like, oh man, this shit got done so good, man. It's just something to do, man. If you want to go to the movies, go to the movies. But I mean, wouldn't expect too much. They should probably make another man the character, or just they should have made some kind of multiversal thing where Killmonger comes in and, you know, he's the guy now. I still want that to happen. I feel like I relate the most to Killmonger. I mean, we ain't gonna do no evilness to you, but we ain't with y'all being no white supremacists and whatnot. So that's my thoughts on it, man. Just something to do. If you want to watch it, go ahead. If not, don't watch it. Let me know how you feel about the movie, or how you felt about the movie, down in the comments below. And if you haven't watched it yet, I don't know why you're here, but come back and compare notes to what you felt about the movie down in the comments below. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts. If you watched up to this point, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.